The arena was silent, except for the low hum of graviton fields and the distant roar of the crowd. Not that the crowd mattered. Most of them were aliens. Spectators of species that considered themselves the apex of combat, warriors bred for killing, masters of tactics and brute strength. And then there was him, the human. They called him Ren. To his opponents, he was a curiosity. To the audience, he was a novelty. To the rulers of this galaxy-spanning arena, he was a small gamble. A human from a backwater planet called Jarn, a place they said could barely produce anything worth selling. Is he ready? The announcer's voice boomed, mechanical and echoing, reverberating off the steel walls. Ren stood in the center of the ring. No weapons, no armor, just a thin, worn tunic and a pair of eyes that looked far too calm for someone facing a champion of the Xyrix Dominion. The Xyrix warrior was massive, 6 meters tall, scales black as obsidian, claws long enough to pierce steel plating. His muscles rippled under the bioluminescent lights of the arena, each one honed for centuries through selective genetic augmentation. Real fight. The Xyrix bellowed, his voice a thunderclap. He flexed his claws, sparks flying from his gauntlets. No tricks, no gadgets. Just you and me. Ren's lips curled into a faint smile. Fine, he said, voice soft, almost polite. A real fight. The arena erupted with cheers, mostly alien, some human sympathizers who had managed to sneak in. The Xyrix circled, claws scraping against the reinforced floor. You should be scared, the Xyrix hissed. Even your species does not survive long against one like me. I've survived worse, Ren said. The Xyrix charged, a mountain of muscle and rage. He swung his claws in a deadly arc designed to cleave a human in two. The crowd gasped. Every spectator expected Ren to stumble, to be torn apart in a single strike. Ren didn't move. The claws struck. A single step, just a tiny shift to the side. The Xyrix overextended. His momentum carried him past Ren. Before the giant could recover, Ren's fist shot out. A small, precise strike, just a tap, really, into the warrior's chest. The Xyrix froze. For a heartbeat, the arena went silent. Then, with a sound like cracking stone, his body folded backward. He landed on the arena floor with a thunderous crash. Dazed and broken, the human barely had his arm. Outstretched, the crowd was stunned. Silence, then a roar unlike anything the arena had ever heard. Aliens leapt to their feet. Some cheered. Some shouted in disbelief. Some whispered to each other, afraid to admit that a human had just bested a champion genetically engineered for centuries. Impossible, the announcer said. His voice trembled. He ended it in seconds. Ren dusted his hands. He looked at the Xyrix sprawled before him, and the faintest shadow of amusement passed across his face. Next, he said, they called his planet a death world, Jarn. Toxic flora, poisonous fauna, constant storms that could strip the skin from bone, predators that would devour a human without hesitation. Humans had adapted. They survived when others would die. They thrived when others would falter. Ren had grown up hunting creatures that could crush a human with a single swipe. He had fought through storms that could liquefy flesh. His body had been forged in danger, his reflexes sharpened by constant, relentless threat. By the time he left Jarn, he was a machine of instinct and precision. The Xyrix had not been ready. No one had been ready. After the fight, The arena's ruling council demanded an explanation. How? One of them asked. A tall, spindly being with 4 eyes, each moving independently. He is just a human. There are hundreds of warriors in this galaxy stronger than him. How did he end it so quickly? Adaptation, said another, a lizard-like creature with a frill that shimmered in every color of the spectrum. He moves differently, faster, smarter. There is intent in his strike that we cannot predict. The council murmured. They did not like unpredictable. They liked control. The human was chaos. One of them leaned forward. He must be tested. Against the true champions of the arena, let him face the Kronos guards. Ren did not flinch. He simply nodded. Whenever the Kronos guards were not champions in the traditional sense, they were legends. War machines dressed in living armor, creatures bred for killing on every known battlefield. 10 of them, each one more massive and terrifying than the last, waited in the next arena. The humans in the crowd whispered, holding their breath. Most had never seen a human survive even a single blow from a Kronos. Ren walked in as if he were taking a stroll through a market. He did not glance at them, did not even tense his muscles. The Kronos guards circled, eyes glowing, teeth bared. Human, one of them growled. You will die, you will try, Ren said. The Kronos charged. 10 attacks simultaneously. Blades, claws, energy whips, spines. A human would be shredded before even taking a step. Ren moved once, just a single step to the side. Each attack passed harmlessly. The guards' coordination broke immediately. They stumbled over each other. Ren did not hesitate. He struck with precise blows. One guard fell to the left, another to the right, each dispatched with the same effortless skill. Seconds passed. The crowd could not comprehend what was happening. 10 Kronos, the deadliest warriors alive, lay unconscious or crawling in defeat. The human stood, untouched, calm. He had ended them in 34 seconds. Word of Ren spread. Across the arenas, across planets, across the galaxy. They whispered his name in fear and awe. Humans were no longer seen as weak. No longer a curiosity. A species that could adapt, that could survive the impossible, that could defeat the strongest of the strong. Other aliens demanded fights, thinking they could prove their species' superiority. Every one of them failed. Every one of them underestimated the human. Ren did not seek glory. He did not seek conquest. He fought because it was expected of him, because the arena demanded a show. And in every fight, he reminded the galaxy of a single truth. Humans survived. Humans adapted. Humans could beat anything. The ruling council eventually called a meeting. We underestimated them. The 4-eyed alien admitted. Humans are not merely survivors. They are weapons. Perfect weapons, or evolution perfected, the frilled lizard said. They decided to change the rules. No more human fights. Too dangerous. Too unpredictable. Ren had changed the galaxy's perception in less than a week. Ren left the arenas quietly. He returned to his home planet, Jarn, where storms still tore across the land, and predators still hunted in packs. He walked barefoot over jagged rocks, feeling the familiar pain that reminded him he was alive. He smiled. The galaxy could whisper his name. The galaxy could fear him. But on Jarn, he was just Ren, just a human, and humans. Humans were unstoppable, asterisk.